Hey, this is Mike. Thank you so much for choosing this video. Today I'm in Wilmington, North Carolina, visiting Parkway Hyundai, and I'm excited to do a comparison between two popular Hyundai models, 2017 Tucson and Santa Fe. Now these vehicles are very similar. They do have some differentiators, but we're going to go over all the little details so you'll be an expert in these two models by the end of the video. So let's get started. Right off the bat, I want to mention that the Santa Fe is the slightly larger vehicle. Now I'm going to have all the specs and comparisons in the description so you can see the exact numbers, but the wheelbase is about 1 inch longer on the Santa Fe. The overall length is about 9 inches longer on the Santa Fe. Now the width is about just a little bit over 1 inch wider on the Santa Fe. The height is about the same. Now the larger exterior dimensions translate into larger interior dimensions, of course. Now the headroom in both vehicles is about equal since they're about the same height. But the legroom is about equal in the front, but there's 1 inch more legroom in the Santa Fe in the second row. And on the shoulder room, you actually have an additional 2 inches in the front and 3 inches in the back on the Santa Fe. Now the Santa Fe also has a little bit more hip room in the front and back, about 1 inch all the way around. And the cargo volume behind the second row seats is about an additional 4 cubic feet. Now if you fold down the seats and have the entire cargo space behind the driver and passenger seats, you have an additional 10 cubic feet in cargo volume on the Santa Fe, so that's pretty good. This particular comparison compares the Tucson Limited versus the Santa Fe Sport. Now the Santa Fe Sport has a 2-row vehicle and the Tucson is a 2-row vehicle. Of course, on the Santa Fe you can get the 3rd-row option, but to have a more closer comparison, I chose the Sport. Taking a look at the front of both vehicles, they both have a combination of projector and reflector for the headlight systems. Now on the Tucson, on this particular package, has the HID, and on the Santa Fe has the halogen powered bulbs, but both have the projector for the low beams and your reflector system for your high beams. They both have an LED daytime running light in a little bit different style and halogen reflector fog lights at the bottom. While you can get different size wheels for these vehicles, they both have a 4-wheel disc brake system with ventilated disc brakes in the front and solid in the back. In this particular case, we have a 19-inch wheel on the Tucson and a 17-inch wheel on the Santa Fe. Both have lockable fuel doors on the driver's side, and they are pretty much identical with the cap and tether system. Although the keys have very different styling, they have the pretty much identical features on both of them. Taking a look at the back of the vehicles, this is where you might be able to notice the Santa Fe there on the far side has a little bit more room behind the back wheels. So you can see there, a little bit of extra room back there. Now they both have a single exhaust tip here on the right side, just a little bit different styling. This one's actually split in two, kind of give it a little bit of a sportier look. Now they also have power lift gates, both of them. And they're both adjustable, so you can set the height, the maximum height that you would like them to go to, and that way you can basically open them up in your garage or whatever. In these particular models, they have both have that spoiler at the top, the 3rd brake light, parking sensors here in the back, as well as a backup camera. Okay, let's compare the interior door design and structure, starting here with the Tucson. So it has a soft to the touch surface here, and up here is soft to the touch. Then you have your speakers there on the door and a pretty good sized storage pocket with a bottle holder in the center. On the Santa Fe, it has a little bit different design, but also you have soft to the touch armrest here, as well as here and all the way up here. Two speakers there on the door, actually one in the door, the other one is in the pillar. And a more angled bottle holder and storage compartment, which looks bigger to me in this particular vehicle. Okay, the Tucson threshold with the sill plate, power seats that are leather with the perforations there. Soft to the touch dashboard, and take a look at the glove compartment. It's pretty good size actually. You can see similar legroom on both vehicles, but it gives you a representation of what it looks like. And then you have that little pocket there on the side of the console. There's the threshold on the Santa Fe with the sill plate. Power seats here on the passenger. You have the perforations in the center, stitching. Slightly different styling, of course. And there's your legroom. The seats appear to be a little bit higher up, and the dash seems to be a little bit more in. Could be an illusion, but that's how I'm perceiving it. And you have a soft to the touch up here dash. This is a harder plastic. You do have some accents, and a lockable glove compartment on the Santa Fe. It also has a little pass-through that you can share with your driver, a little storage compartment in the center console. Let's take a look at the Tucson interior on the second row. So there's the inside of the back door, and it has a soft to the touch surface here, and pretty much all hard plastics above that. And then there's a bottle holder with some storage space. Threshold with a sill plate, and the second row is pretty much a bench seat with some slight bolstering. Give you an idea of the legroom here with the seat all the way back, and then the driver's seat is more in a normal position. There's a little bit of a hump there in the center. It is flat on top. And then you have some climate control vents there in the center console. There's an armrest that folds down with some cup holders. And they both have a massive panoramic sunroof. Here's the inside of the Santa Fe back door, and it's soft to the touch here, as well as up in here. You also have a shade, a retractable shade in the rear doors. Heated seat back here, and you have the storage pocket at the bottom with the bottle holder. There's your threshold with a sill plate. Same bench seat design with slight bolstering. A little bit more legroom with the front seat all the way back. Even smaller hump here in the center than the other vehicle, the Tucson. And then you have a 12-volt power supply, but you notice there's no vents in this particular one. Instead, it has on both sides the vents here on the actual pillar, so that way each individual person can have their own vent in the back. Armrest folds down, and the cup holders are kind of hidden in here. Both vehicles have the latch system or ISOFIX for car seats, and awesome panoramic sunroof on both of them. Looking at the cargo space, starting with the Tucson. All right, so we have a 12-volt power supply here. There's a light in the corner, some bag holders, tie downs, place to put a shade. There's actually a shade that goes with this vehicle, and I stowed it away in this little hiding spot so you can see where it goes. There's a speaker back here. There's your tethers for your car seat, and then you have these hangers right here that are separate bag holders. This one has everything still in plastic as far as the mats. And this actually lifts up, and this is where your shade stows away so it gets out of your way. And your spare tire is right here. So there's your spare tire, and of course there's some space around it in case you want to, utilize that space for cargo. And your tools are in this little bag right there. There's a convenient button to lower the power lift gate, so you don't have to take the key out of your pocket. Okay, the cargo space on the Santa Fe is noticeably bigger, and I left the shade in place here so you can see what it looks like in place. There's actually two positions on both of these vehicles to put the shade. Now this one has the ability to lower the second row seats with a button, with a lever here, so you can pull that lever and it lowers the seats for you, like so. So that way it'll actually go a little bit further, but so that way you can, access the additional cargo space from this side. Now the speaker's on the left side in this one, and you have some bag holders there, tie downs. You also have that center portion is able to fold down separately from the seats. So you have a like a 60-40 typically, but then that center portion can fold down so you can have two passengers and then like a long box or something in the center. Now everything's in plastic as you can see, but check it out. You have this little storage compartment here, so you can put some stuff on the left side, and then you have your tools on the right side. Of course, there's a little bit additional space, and this is where you can store that shade, just like the other one, in this compartment right on top of all this stuff. And check it out. This lifts up, and check it out, you get all that additional cargo space, and it's divided up so that way you can put things and kind of keep it orderly and things aren't rolling around as much. But I know what you're thinking, where's the spare tire? The spare tire is actually underneath the vehicle right there, so it gets out of your way, and so it gives you additional space here on the interior of the vehicle. And just like the Tucson, it has the convenient button to lower the power liftgate. Both of these particular vehicles have the blind spot monitor system. You can see a little, hopefully you can see that little indicator there in the side mirrors. You can see it better on this one, and it also serves as the rear cross path detection system. And they both have these sensors back in here to accomplish that, to let you know if there's people in your blind spot or driving behind you as you're backing out of a parking spot. Okay, looking at the driver's side door on the Tucson, you see you have your normal power windows and door locks and side mirror adjustments there, and it's pretty much a mirror of the other side. There's your threshold area, power seats with a lumbar adjustments as well. The driver always has the extra stuff. You have the tilt and telescoping steering column, and then you have your different safety features there as far as your blind spot monitor system and things like that. And also you have the ability to open up your power liftgate. There's your floorboard, floor mats hook in place, and you have a footrest and a foot actuated parking brake, and you open up the trunk, the hood right here. All right, the inside of the Santa Fe door, it has the different styling, of course, and you have the power windows, the door locks, the side mirror adjustments here, but you do have a memory seat, two memory seat positions, and here is where you open up the locking fuel door. Same power seat adjustments with the lumbar adjustment, except for this one has the 4-way lumbar support. So you can go up and down, in and out, get it kind of fine-tune it a little bit better. Tilt and telescoping steering column, and then you have different drive mode options, your blind spot monitor system, and a heated steering wheel which you could turn on and off, and your dimmer switch for your interior gauges. There's your floorboard in front of the driver's seat with the ability to hook in your floor mats. There's your accelerator and brake pedal. It does have a footrest over here, foot actuated parking brake, and here's where you open up the hood. Speaking of that, let's go ahead and check it out underneath the hoods. I'll pop this one, but then let's go over to the Tucson. Under the hood on the Tucson, it has a 1.6 liter 4-cylinder engine. Now it's turbocharged. It's a turbocharged GDI, gasoline direct injection engine, and it cranks out 175 horsepower. It has an insulated firewall. The strut towers are connected with the unibody structure to give you some stability. You see race cars will have like this bar that connects them. This one's already connected. There's your battery there on the right side. Now this is mated to a 7-speed automatic transmission, which you can have it has a selectable drive mode, so you have like a sport mode, eco mode, stuff like that. And the hood is held up by a prop, so you can see the prop's holding it up. And it has a latch here, right here in the center, which is easy to lift up. The Santa Fe has that same latch in the center, but when you lift it up, it holds itself up. It has the shock system here for lifting up and holding up the hood, which is really nice. Has the insulated firewall. Strut towers are connected, just like the Tucson. The battery is on the right side. Now this engine is missing the turbocharger, but is a larger displacement engine. It's a 2.4 liter, 185 horsepower 4-cylinder engine, and it's paired to a 6-speed automatic transmission. Both vehicles have the proximity key system, so you can basically push a button on the handle to lock and unlock the doors, and it has the push button start. So this is the Tucson, and we're going to check it out from the driver's seat. Plenty of leg room here, just like the other vehicle. I could put my leg completely out. Knee room's excellent, and leather wrap steering wheel. Cruise control options are here on the right side. Your volume, your Bluetooth controls, and your radio controls are here, as well as your voice recognition. There's your windshield wiper controls, your turn signal, and your headlight controls with your fog light. Instrument cluster is very basic and simple, easy to see and easy to focus on, with the flat black background and the white lettering popping out. RPMs on the left, speedometer on the right, and then you have the information screen there in the center in case you need to get some more info. Alright, so here's your screen, your touch screen. Now it's in the home screen right now, so you do have a traditional volume tuned through the stations. You can make selections with these physical buttons down here, like so you can go quickly to your radio. You can have your presets. You can make selections on the AM, FM, and satellite radio, and then you can always go back to that home screen, which has a split between your navigation, your radio, and this is actually customizable too, which is nice. You can go into all menus here, and you can see all the different options that this vehicle has, and you can kind of scroll through here. Alright, so there's your climate control, has a dual zone, your driver and passenger. Temperatures are here, your fan speed mode, that's where you want the air to blow. You can turn your air conditioning on and off. You have heated and cooled seats here for the driver and the passenger, and your front and rear defrosters are here. 12-volt power supply, 2 of them, and a USB and auxiliary inputs, as well as chargers. The USB is the charger. There's a storage compartment with a rubber liner at the bottom that's removable and clean so you can clean it and put it back in. Another storage pocket there. There's your cup holders, little storage, little tiny one right there. It's pretty cool. There's your shifter. Let's go ahead and put it in reverse, take a look at the backup camera, see what it looks like. It has the active guidelines. As I turn the steering wheel, the lines will move to give me an estimated trajectory and width of the vehicle. It does have the normal drive mode, and you can change through the gears manually by putting it over here, and you can bump it like a ratchet shifter. Adjustable drive mode, this is where you can change from sport to regular mode there. And then your parking sensors you can turn off. Your downhill descent button, this is, you know, going downhill in a kind of like a slippery slope type situation, like an off-road situation. It kind of helps you keep going at a steady pace without sliding down. Alright, so the armrest is pretty soft. I mean, it's not like super cushy soft, but it does give pretty good. Has a firm feel without being too like solid as a rock or anything like that. And it's pretty good size as far as width. Maybe might be able to share it with your passenger, it's up to you. And that lifts up. There's a little storage tray and then a bigger storage compartment there. Rear view mirror has your HomeLink garage door opener controls and a digital compass, as well as some emergency buttons there on the left. Let me see those. I'm sorry about the shadows today. It's that time of year where the shadow tends to always get in the shot. Place to put your shades up here, and it has like a pool table type felt on the inside in black. And you have tap lights up here. LED is what they look like. You can turn your interior lights on, have them turn on with the door, and then your adjustments for your panoramic sunroof are right in here. And it also has this shade that covers up everything. There's a little clip right here in the visor, and the visor has this pretty good sized mirror, really big actually. There's another clip there, and a little light that you can turn on, a little vanity light. These visors also extend out so you can get a better position, but it's always a battle with the sun. And you have the handles on all four doors. Let's take a look at the visibility. Really love that panoramic sunroof. Check it out. Nice. Alright, so you have the little windows in the far back, and you know, just overall pretty good visibility. I guess it depends on the passenger hairdos in the back getting in the way, but it does have the parking sensors, the backup camera, the blind spot monitor system, the cross path detection system, all that stuff to kind of help you out. Alright, so let's go over to the Santa Fe. Okay, Santa Fe, let's go ahead and start it up, check it out. Legroom is just like the other side. The seat's actually too far up. I'm going to put it down a little bit. So it goes up and down and back and forth, throw like a dentist chair. Knee room's good, leg room is good. All that's nice. Steering wheel's leather wrapped. You have some cruise control selections here on the right side. On the left side is your volume, tune through the stations, change your mode, which is your audio source, mute, and then your Bluetooth controls and voice recognition controls here at the bottom. And here's to change through your little menu there between the gauges. Windshield wiper controls front and rear, turn signal with your headlight controls and fog light controls. And you can see the gauges are very similar as far as the way they're set up, but you can see it has these little enclosures to kind of help with the sun glaring in on them. Kind of helps out on a day like today, doesn't it? So you have your RPMs on the left, speedometer on the right, fuel gauge is there, and then you have that little screen there in the center. Gives you a little bit, you know, drive computer, like say your miles per gallon, different information like that. All right, so here's your touchscreen. Check it out, CD player up here. It has physical buttons down here. Now you see it has a smaller volume tune through the stations knob, but it does have them. Of course, you can go into The radio, very similar as far as the styling. Your presets are here on the left side. You have AM, FM satellite radio. Now on the other one, we had the satellite radio, so we can see it's pretty much the same screen as the home screen there, just like the other one. Different position of the buttons, but as far as, you know, overall the same system. Front and rear defrosters. You're getting into like it kind of blends in your climate control as you go down. So your temperatures for your passenger and driver here is a dual zone. Fan speed is right here in the center, and then there on the sides you have the more controls there, and then your mode where you want the air to blow, and your climate, so you can turn that on and off here. Actually, you can go onto the screen and you can, let's go into that so you can see what it looks like. You see what it looks like on the screen, and of course you don't have to go on there because you have the button. It's kind of like a redundant system to where you can turn it on and off and utilize the buttons down here without actually going in the screen, but you can, you know, have that information on the screen as well. You know, automatic climate control where you can set the temperature and just kind of forget it. Two 12-volt power supplies, just like the other vehicle. USB and auxiliary inputs, and a little storage pocket here. This one does have the pass-through on both sides though. Heated and cooled seats here in the front. They're both 3-stage, by the way. So you have a high, medium, and low. Parking sensors you can turn off. Okay, so here's your shifter. Let's go ahead and put it in reverse, because this one has a little bit different camera system. It has the backup camera, of course, with the active guidelines, just like the other one, except for this one has the surround 360 view all around the vehicle, so you can see as you drive. It's a real-time view. There's 4 cameras, one on each side mirror, one in the front center, and the backup camera, and it uses all those angles and stitches it together to kind of give you a view as if it's looking down onto the ground, so you can navigate through tight spaces easier. You also can change the view here directly behind the vehicle, that side, so you could keep an eye on the driver's side rear tire, the passenger side rear tire, so you can really get close to the curb if you need to. And then of course you can go back to the overview there. So this really helps out with visibility. All right, it also has the ability to change to the gears by putting it over here, and you can bump it like a ratchet shifter. So as you're driving, if you just push this button right here, and if you're not in reverse, let's say, you can push this camera button, and it will give you that front view in front of the vehicle and around the vehicle right there. So let me just kind of move so you can see what I'm talking about. As I move, you can see the surrounding moves in real time to give you that view in the front. So when you put it in reverse, right now, it switches to the backup camera, but this one still stays there, so that way you can still get an idea of what's going on at a close vicinity around the vehicle. Okay, so there's some cup holders right in here, a little storage pocket right in there, and here's your armrest. And just like the other one, it's quite firm, but it does give a little bit to where it's not, you know, like hard as a rock or anything. And then this lifts up. You have some little clips and stuff here on the underside of the lid, and a removable storage bin, and your storage kind of junk drawer area there, so you can put all your stuff. Pretty much the same rear view mirror, auto dim with the home link on the right, and then your emergency information there on the left side. Place to put your shades, has that same like a pool table felt line on the inside. Tap lights. You have a separate button for your shade, so you can open and close the shade for your panoramic sunroof. Interior lights can turn on there, and then you can push that button to open up the power liftgate. So let's go ahead and close the shade so you can see what I'm talking about. It's the same on both vehicles. It actually blocks 100% of the light. All right. Okay, so there's your visors. Has a little light on top, just like the other one. Big mirrors. It does slide out as well. Alright, let's take a look at the visibility in the back. So this one has a little bit larger windows there in the back, it looks like, as far as the very far back. But the visibility appears to be about the same. Of course, it has all the technology to help you out, just like the other one. Okay, there you have it. Thanks for watching, and this has been a detailed comparison between the 2017 Hyundai Tucson and Santa Fe. So hopefully it's been useful, and if there's any particular thing that I kind of went over too fast or skipped over that's important to you, please leave a question or whatever in the comments, because I'm going to keep updating the description of this video with more and more content, more and more information to make this video as valuable as possible for as many people as possible. So, and also you can add stuff in the comments. Just please provide a link to the source of the information. That will be fantastic. It helps everybody out. So thank you for watching, and thank you to Parkway Hyundai in Wilmington, North Carolina for providing these two vehicles, and I'll see you guys next time. Okay, I'm going to try to show you the window sticker here so you can use the pause button to get some information off of it, if it may be useful. Like I said, both of these vehicles have a particular trim and optional equipment here, so you can see the added features are right in here. So not all the Tucsons are the same, of course. And here's the Santa Fe Sport window sticker. Okay, check out the description for a lot more details.